Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on XMDC. Last time I did this video chart, it looked like this, and what I did was I talked about how both this would be a resistance level here, this red line, but not too much of one. That's why I made that skinny, but I talked about how 5 cents was the key resistance level and how that was kind of the main target that you wanted to see fall. And then you can see on Friday, closed well above it. You had increasing volume, which was a good thing, and then obviously today it just took off. Another great day. You look down here at the volume, even more volume than before, and what's impressive about that is the price is getting higher. So obviously you can't buy as many shares per dollar when the price goes up, yet there is still more share volume than what we've seen in a long time. So lots of interest on the stock clearly, so I want to get this updated. Got some requests, and I probably should have done this on Friday. I would have looked a little bit more smarter today, but nonetheless, I did do it on this day. So if I can get any credit at all, at least I did it there. But definitely missed this day. Now I'd be lying if I said, well, it closed above 0.05, so I knew it was going to do this. No, I mean, I knew that a close above 0.05 like it had, I knew that was a good thing, and I knew that was showing some good strength. But did I think, or did I know that it would produce something like this? No. If I said that, I'd be lying. But nonetheless, good looking chart now. Just a huge move today. I'm not sure if there is news out or what, but just clearly lots of eyes on the stock. Clearly lots of people playing it. So it's one of those things where the people that bought in down here are probably going out to buy an expensive dinner tonight. With this video chart, I'm actually gonna probably spend the majority on the 60-minute just because I don't think you can really tell that much from the daily. Besides, this thing's just an absolute monster. Let's pull up the weekly real quick. And yeah, I mean, this thing is just so far up. Let's see what that does for us. Well, I guess we can figure out some future resistance points by using the weekly chart. Once again, this is where the 5 cent area came from. We had some price congestion there, went up and hit it there, and then with the break above 5, that was, like I said earlier, the good sign. And then today just really broke up high, and yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, this is all back in 2007, so I mean that's a long time ago. As far as I'm concerned, it's looking like we could probably just call this a blue sky breakout territory. We'll map out some future resistance levels based on these highs and lows over here. But for argument's sake, I wouldn't disagree if somebody said, well, these things are so old, they probably don't hold too much weight. Like I said, I wouldn't argue with that, but we'll still use these to update some resistance levels. First thing though that needs to be done is this needs to be changed to green because this resistance was broken, so it has now become a support level. So there we are there. 5 cents is the key area of support. And then we had this little area of price congestion right here. So let me draw this line all the way over. And this price level was at right at these highs, about 8 cents, we'll call it 7 or 8 cents. This was resistance, but this was also crushed today. So this also becomes a support level. So you can see today did a lot of crushing of resistance levels. And then another key level was right here because of all these lows. You can see we had a low there. So we had about 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we had some highs right at this 10 cent area. So this was actually a very, that's not a very good line there. That's a little bit better. But 10 cents was a very important level. I'm struggling with this. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to a thicker green just because that was a very important resistance level, but it's been broken now. So 10 cents is one of those support levels that's pretty smart, or not smart, but it's pretty important. But it would be smart to know that it's not it's not crucial that it holds just because it barely closed above it. So we'll zoom in there and I'll explain that, but let's just map out these resistance levels. I don't really like this. The next key resistance level looks to be up here at 15 cents. I am getting that from simply finding the next area of price congestion, which is right here. You can see that there were 2 highs up in that area and some other areas of price action. So 15 cents is the next one, and then after 15, things really open up quite a bit. Um, so that's where our next resistance level will be. You know, with a chart like this, maybe I should map out some more, but I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We'll make this one pretty thick again because I think that is a crucial resistance. But for the time being, let's zoom back in here and talk about some of these support levels. Like I said, it'd be smart, you know, to understand that, you know, yes, this is a support, but at the same time, if it fails, you know, you don't have to freak out. You don't want to get scared out of your shares. This level here at 8 cents, I would say is a little bit more important. But even if it would to fall below that, I mean, you've made such a big move that, you know, you've created some pretty big gaps in between support areas. So that is one thing to keep in mind. You could have some bigger pullbacks if that happens. Coming back to the daily, you know, same thing here. Are all these support levels that were, you know, created today based on this big move. Once again, you know, ideally the lowest you'd want to see is have it come down to here and just get some, you know, sideways action that goes something like that before heading back up. That would be, you know, the healthy thing. But if it does decide to come down here and close that gap, you know, this is where you'd want it to be, you know, the bottom of the support. You wouldn't want it to see it fall anywhere, you know, further below that. Um, Resistance, like I said, is up at 15. Here's what the support looks like. Volume strong. Doesn't need to remain this strong. No, I mean, it can tail off some. If it does start to go sideways, though, or, you know, if it pulls back some, what you do want to see is you want to see volume start to dry up and get as small as possible. I mean, on down days or sideways days, the smaller the volume, the better. You don't want to see a big, you know, down day price-wise along with a big volume day. That's, you know, not a good setup there, but anything with sideways or pullbacks and low volume, you'll be okay and should be, you know, okay from a charting perspective. Just pulling up the weekly one more time. Like I said, you can see that after that 15, things really start to thin out, and, you know, the price could really start to take off. But, you know, we'll see how it reacts if it gets up there around 15, and then, you know, I'm sure I'll be back to update the chart from there. If you do have any other questions, please let me know, and I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the emailer, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting good reviews. With your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces. Everything's free. We cover big boards down to penny stocks, so there's a good variety, and we've been making some good money together, so it's definitely worth at least checking out and giving a try. One more time, this was XMDC. Thanks for listening.